Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I have my little update summary of the whatever happens on the front in Ukraine, and I have this article from Ukrainska Pravda. It is from today, the 2nd of February 2023. And the title is Ukraine's Defense Forces Repel Russian Attacks Near 14 Settlements, General Staff Report. Well, I can tell you that the situation in Bakhmut is not going very well for the Ukrainians per other articles that I read and statements. Even Reuters is concerned about it. I made a video last night about that. I think we don't know it yet, but I think that Bakhmut is in a bad shape viewed from the Ukrainian side. So over the course of the past 24 hours, Ukraine's defense forces have repelled Russian assaults in the vicinity of 14 settlements. And I'm quoting, over the past day, I'm quoting the General Staff of Armed Forces of Ukraine. Over the past day, the enemy carried out 6 missile attacks, 4 of which hit civilian infrastructure in Slovyansk, Krematorsk, and Druskivka settlements in Donetsk Oblast, and 4 airstrikes. They also deployed multiple launch rocket systems and fired 73 times. Civilians were killed by the enemy strike. That goes without saying. There is an ongoing threat of missile strike and airstrike across Ukraine. The enemy is actively conducting reconnaissance tasks and preparing for offensive operations on certain fronts. Now, we will not know those certain fronts. I guarantee you that. I've been looking for them. There are a lot of statements made by different weasels, and none of them give us any front. They just say there will be this, there will have attack from 5 fronts, 3 fronts, 1,000 fronts. Okay, if you know, why don't you tell me? Because they don't know. Despite having significant losses, they are continuing to conduct offensive operations on the Lyman, Bakhmut, Avdiivka, and Novopavlivka fronts. So let's see where those are. So this is an old map here, just as a reference of Ukraine. Here down here is this is Sevastopol, the Crimean Peninsula. Obviously here Zaporozhye is still where it's at. Now we are here in this area, Donetsk, with a certain kind of at least settlements. Here we have the Bakhmut. The Lyman is right here, north. So this is Lyman in north right here, and then here is Bakhmut, and then Avdiivka here. So we mentioned, right, Lyman, Bakhmut, Avdiivka, we have those ones, right, on Donetsk here, Oblast, and Lyman over here. Now we are looking for last one, which is Novopavlivka fronts. Now Novopavlivka, I found it in the same kind of area right here, right, by Luhansk here, and is Donbass and Bakhmut. So Avdiivka is right here in Donetsk. So Bakhmut is right here. So it is east of Bakhmut. All right, so we identify where that thing is. So this is where the Russians conduct offensive operations. Lyman, Bakhmut, Avdiivka, Novopavlivka. Yesterday, our warriors, Ukrainian warriors, repelled the occupiers' attacks in the vicinity of Novoselivske, Plochanka, Nevske, and about 7 other or 10 other settlements in Donetsk Oblast. Now details, here is the fronts. On the Volyn, Polisia, Sivershchnya, and Slobozhanitya front, there were no significant changes. No Russian offensive groups have been reported. The areas of the settlements of Klyutsky and Yelina in Chernihiv Oblast, and then we got about 4 in Sumy Oblast, and we have in Kharkiv Oblast. All this came under fire. So I'm talking about right here, Chernihiv here, Sumy in this area here, and then we got Kharkiv here, Kupiansk, and Kharkiv area right here. So they talk about the northern part. I know it doesn't show here, but believe me, that's where they're at. So they always start, the Ukrainians start talking about starting from let's say north, going towards east, and then south. Always when they provide their update. So now they started with, as I said here, with Chernihiv, then they said Sumy, and they say Kharkiv. Now we move a little bit Kupiansk. Kupiansk was here, somewhere right here. So they move here, and then they're going to go down here to Krematorsk and Donetsk area. So Kupiansk front, the Russian forces used tanks and artillery to fire on areas in and around, and they give us about 10 settlements in Kharkiv Oblast. And then in Novopavlivka and Stelmakivka in Luhansk Oblast. So the front now is going east. Now on the Lyman front, Lyman, as I said, is right here. Where is right here? Lyman. Lyman is right here in the north of Bakhmut, but it's south. It's by the Kharkiv Oblast. So in this area here. Okay, so let's move back here. So on the Lyman front, Novopavlivka, Nevske and Dibrova in Luhansk Oblast, as well as Terny and Serebryanska in Donetsk Oblast came under Russian fire. In Bakhmut front, which is I think gone for the Ukrainians, the invaders shelled. They give us one: Spirnie, Bilohorivka, Vesele, Bakhmut, Ivanivske, Druzhba, and about 5 more settlements that didn't read, and New York in Donetsk Oblast. On the Avdiivka front, now we're going a little bit south of Bakhmut, the occupiers attacked Sievierine, Avdiivka, and about 7 more, let's say, settlements here. Too long, and the names are going to break my tongue today. On the Novopavlivka front, the settlements of Vuhledar. This is what's going to be something bad here. In Vuhledar, they're talking about Vuhledar, and what's going on right here is Vuhledar. It's north of Zaporozhia Oblast and Zaporozhia. All right, this is Vuhledar. You're going to hear about it a lot, I guarantee you, in the next, I would say, 2 weeks. So, on the Novopavlivka front, the settlements of Vuhledar and about other 5 in Donetsk Oblast came under Russian artillery fire. On the Zaporozhia front, which moves south of Vuhledar, 20 settlements were affected by Russian fire. That's in Zaporozhia Oblast. In Kherson, which is in the south, Kherson is right here. It's written differently here, but here's Kherson. This is the Dnieper River, counting Ukraine in 2. Kiev is right here. Then right here is a delta in the Black Sea, going to the Black Sea. This is the Azov Sea right here. Okay, or the Sea of Azov. So in the Kherson front, the Russians used artillery to fire on Berislav, Antonivka, and Kherson City in Kherson Oblast, as well as Dmitrivka and Mykolaiv Oblast. Now, Mykolaiv Oblast, I think it goes right here, a little bit to the west. So Kherson is here, Mykolaiv Oblast in this way. So this is Odessa, if you move westward. The General Staff reported that the occupiers continue imposing Russian citizenship on the citizens of Ukraine in temporarily occupied territories of Donetsk Oblast. Well, by their referendum and by their law, they're part of Russia. So what citizenship you want them to have? I mean, they occupied, but still, if you decide as a country that that's in your administration, what do you say? Well, I identify as Chinese already, or French or something. You can't do that yet. In the city of Horlivka, they are forcing drivers to receive new driving licenses under the Russian standards, which is not possible unless the person obtains a Russian passport. The invaders set a time frame by May 1st, 2023 for employees of local transport facilities. After that, they will fire those who, this is what they're trying to do, obviously, take over. What else do you expect them to do? Just wait for what? I mean, some don't like it, some like it. As the Russians say, you have to accept the realities and the new realities. Now, good or bad, these are the realities. So I'm gonna follow the Bakhmut front, because the Bakhmut front will explode in a way that even Reuters and the American mass media will let us know how things occur over there. Last night, as I said, Reuters, came out and said, well, the situation is not really going well for the Ukrainians there. Now, for Reuters to come and say that, the things must be three times worse for the Ukrainians. But anyway, we'll find out in the next 3-4 days that Bakhmut has been lost for a few days already. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.